immersion trips.
Additionally, we will also talk about how our IB experience has been thus far. This year, we had the French students visit Bordeaux and Niort.
The Spanish students visit Madrid and Salamanca.
The Hindi Jaipur.
And the Tamil students visit Madurai, Tanjavur, and Karaikudi.
The objective of these trips was to immerse us in these languages and help us better understand the culture of the people that speak them.
We hope you enjoyed this assembly. To begin with, we request you to stand for the school anthem.
Next up, we will be having students from each of the language immersion trips share their learnings with us. First, we will have the French and Spanish students share their learnings in the form of a question and answer session.
Hi guys, we heard that you went to Spain and France for an immersion trip, and we'd like to ask you a few questions about that.
What was your experience like with the cuisine, and do you now have a favorite dish?
French cuisine is not really heavy on spices. It has more subtle and rich flavors. Our favorite dish was the croque monsieur.
Spanish food isn't super spicy like we're used to at home. It's all about mild flavors and fresh ingredients. And we all love the book of the year. It was definitely our favorite.
So you went there for a couple of days, right? And we'd like to know what sort of cultural or just fun activities you did.
My favorite activity was the Bassin de Lumière in Bordeaux, which is an interactive art museum that combines music, art, and technology. And especially as an art student, it was really helpful to know about French art history and culture, and it was just an amazing experience overall.
My favorite activity was a guided walk through Madrid, where we got to explore the city's rich history and architecture, which is very new to us because we weren't really used to that in India.
And how did living in your respective countries help improve your Spanish and French speaking skills?
Visiting France helped improve our French speaking skills as we had to immerse ourselves in the language. We had to use French for daily activities like shopping, or even asking for directions, and that helped us gain confidence in the language. Also, hearing native and local speakers helped us learn common phrases as well.
Living in Spain, especially with host families, really helped us go out of our comfort zone as most of us are Spanish ab initio kids, so we weren't really well versed in the language. So staying with them really helped us improve our Spanish speaking skills.
So now we've talked about what activities you did there. Now we'd also like to know how it was culturally different from India, both in Spain and France.
Life in Spain felt more relaxed and social. People took their time with meals and nothing felt rushed.
Yeah, in France as well, there was a lot of emphasis on slow living and meal culture. And some of our favorite experiences were the walks around town where we could talk with our host families and tell them about our days.
And lastly, is there any advice you'd like to give others like us who might be going on a cultural immersion trip like this?
One piece of advice that I'd like to give everybody going on a cultural immersion trip would be to try their best to speak the language and make an intentional effort to speak with the locals and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Have an open mind and be ready to step out of your comfort zone. Learn a few basic phrases and don't fear making mistakes because that's the best way to learn.
Thank you so much for taking out a valuable time and listening to us. Answering our questions.
I heard that you guys recently went on a trip to Jaipur and to Madurai. Could you please answer a few questions to help us plan our trip better? First of all, where exactly is Jaipur located and what was the weather like?
So Jaipur is located in the northwest of India and the weather was scorching hot throughout the day.
And what are some of the famous places to visit in Jaipur?
So we recommend visiting City Palace, Amar Fort, Jantar Mantar and Chowkidani. Amar Fort and City Palace gave us an insight to the history of Rajasthan, and Chowkidani is this immersive experience where we can engage in different aspects of Rajasthani culture.
You guys went to places in Tamil Nadu like Tanjavur, Madurai and Chidambaram. Can you tell me more about the places?
Okay, so the places we mostly visited were temples, the big Tanjavur temple and Gangaikonda Cholapuram and many other temples. These temples are magnificent and it really taught us more about our history because it was our kings who built it.
We got to know a lot about their culture and Tamil history as well, and we also learned about the sculptures and the stories behind them.
Especially because the temples had Tamil inscriptions from those times, so we got to experience we got to see the history behind the Cholas and Pandyas, since those were the type of temples we went to.
If I want to buy traditional clothes in Jaipur, where should I go? And what are some good places to eat, like traditional authentic Rajasthani food?
So the food in Jaipur is delicious, offering a rich variety of flavors. I would recommend having food from the Sharma Dhaba because the paneer there was definitely the best. And we should go to Bapu Bazaar to buy traditional clothes because you can interact with the vendors there.
How was the food in Tamil Nadu? Isn't Madurai known for it?
Yes, we went to a mess in Madurai and we had food in Chettinad. We had authentic Chettinad food which was new to us, and also famous Tamil food like parota and other foods in Madurai we had.
We also came across a very special sweet that's made out of kauni arsi, which was given to guests in festivals. During festivals, it's a very important sweet.
So is it worth going for the Light and Sound show in Amberford or?
The Light and Sound show was captivating as it was displayed through vibrant visuals and music, and furthermore, the show was narrated by Amitabh Bachchan, who has a very powerful and recognizable voice, which enhances the storytelling and engages the audience.
What was the street local art and cultures you guys saw?
So we went to a weaving factory, and we also went to a textile factory, which we saw the local vendors of how people made textiles from scratch. And we also went to a bronze workshop to see how they made bronze sculptures and welded the bronze sculptures.
We also saw how to make Atangari tiles and made one ourselves, so we were able to learn how it's made and the origin of the Atangari tiles.
And also the local art we saw, we got pleasantly surprised by a drama that local artists put on of the story Ponniyin Selvan. Yeah.
If you had to visit again, what's one thing you'd do differently?
So one thing we did differently is basically since we went to the Cholas and the whole thing was about Cholas and Pandyas, we weren't able to explore the Pandya region. So we would explore the Pandya region, which is in Madurai more, and we would also go to the Meenakshi Amman temple, which is definitely a worthwhile visit.
So in Ranthambore, how is the tiger safari, and didn't you all also work with the government school?
In Ranthambore, we worked with a social organization called DONG, which specializes in giving employment to unemployed tiger poachers. Over there, we interacted with the Ranthambore Government School and engaged in an activity, a radio show activity, where we explored different topics such as environment or the importance of Indian culture and language. And the tiger safari is a very captivating experience.
What was one interesting thing you guys did during the trip?
Okay, so we did one interesting thing we did was go to the Chettinad mansion. We had a surprise that was given to us by Valli auntie, so we got to see her heritage home, and which was beautifully architectured. So that was one thing which was pleasantly nice.
And also, one big learning we got from this was that we learned how to do one of the oldest scripts in the planet, and it's called the Brahmi script, and we learned how to write our names in that.
Thank you for answering our questions. This will definitely help us plan a better trip.
Now we will have Adiv Mardia sharing his experience working with the NGO Yenudan.
Hi everyone, I'm Adiv, and Yenudan is an NGO that works towards the uplifting of the entire Chatpat community. Specifically, they work towards the causes such as women empowerment, education of underprivileged students. So the students of KC have been working with them for over 3 years, and I've been working with them for over a year now. So recently during Garba night, Anirudh and I had a stall for raffle tickets and Nerf guns, where we raised around 40,000 rupees to buy second-hand and new devices for the students at Yenudan. So we got about 4 phones, 8 to 9 tablets, and 4 laptops. So apart from this, while talking to the coordinator over there, she mentioned that the math class, science class, social class happens only twice a week, and the tutors there go only during those days. So while studying for tests, exams, or while doing the homework, they don't have anyone to reach out to if they have any questions or doubts. So I thought, why not create a platform using these devices, so they can use these devices, and on the platform they could ask doubts which they have while studying. So, and the tutors will also have these apps on their phone, so whenever students ask doubts, they could answer using the platform. So that's about it. Thank you.
Now we will have Joshua and Aditi share their experiences with their beach cleanup initiative. Lake cleanup initiative.
Hi guys, I'm Aditi, that's Joshua, and that's Mehak. We're from grade 10. For our for our grade 10 GP team project, we wanted to know more about the whole issue of water pollution in Chennai, and they're going to brief you more about it.
So first, when we did our initial research, we found out there's a lot of lakes and ponds that are being polluted by all these wastes. So we wanted to do something about it. As a first step, we decided to contact the Environmental Foundation of India to partner up with them and do a small-scale lake cleanup. So this weekend, actually on Friday, we went to the Pondicherry Lake, which is a 20-minute drive from school, and we organized a very small cleanup where 8 of our classmates and our friends came for the cleanup. It was a 1-hour cleanup. We collected about 40 kgs of trash in just 1 hour. So Mehak will tell you more about the kind of waste we saw there.
So we had done a lot of interviews. Which had aligned with our findings. Most of the trash we found was household trash such as clothing, slippers, nail polish, chips packet, and etc. And yeah.
Okay, so I think it should be next month. We're planning to do a small new cleanup. This will involve teachers, and we basically want to make it a whole initiative with the entire KC community, whether you're a student, teacher, or a family member. So please reach out to us if you're interested, whoever you are, and let us know.
Thank you.
I'm going to be talking about the world news. So the COP29, which is the Conference of Parties 29, concluded in Baku, where the wealthy nations of the UN pledged around $300 billion annually to combat climate change. At KC, we can employ sustainable practices like reducing waste and conserving energy to contribute towards this cause. Secondly, brain rot is the Oxford University Press's new word of the year, because it has gained a lot of prominence in 2024. The definition of brain rot is the deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as the result of overconsumption of material and online content considered trivial and unchallenging. Example, the content of golf cart gang ones on Instagram. So at KC, the concept of brain rot could be used in encouraging students to reflect on their social media consumption habits and promote a balance between digital entertainment and activities that challenge their critical thinking skills.
I'm going to be talking about national news. So recently, a new Supreme Court ruling states that housing societies cannot ban pets from being in the buildings based on breed, size, or their barking, and they're legally allowed to use lifts as they are now considered family members. Separately, the Supreme Court upheld the inclusion of secular and socialist in the Constitution's preamble, affirming its alignment with India's foundational principles. Thank you.
Being local news. So on December 15th, an organization named Live Your City is hosting a candlelight concert. So candlelight concerts are basically a series of original concerts aimed at containing live candlelit performances played by local musicians. So the concert happening on the December 15th is a tribute to Coldplay. And the second thing that's happening on December 28th, Chennai FC versus Bengaluru FC is happening at Nehru Stadium. It should be a fun game to watch. Thank you.
Vanakkam KC, I'm Pranav and I'm going to be talking about the weather outlook today. Chennai weather, right? Monsoon is likely to start later today and it's going to be very active for the next 2 weeks. So hold on to your umbrellas.
We will now have a better look into our IB1 learners' experiences so far with Vedant and Arjun talking about the academic and in-school side of things.
Hey guys, we're going to talk about how our school life's been. So far, I can't lie, it's been an onerous start to my Mount Everest, that is the IB diploma program. And we've been mired in myriads of assignments. It's like I'm fighting a hydra. I take down one, but two more just appear. However, we are standing the test of time, as our adroitness with the skills required to conquer our endeavors are augmented. We just exited an arduous stretch of exams, and that's one that I say went swimmingly.
Non-academically, we spent our time on CAS projects and inter-house events. They've been a good break to the rigorous nature of the IB, and they allow us to embrace our team and competitive spirit as well.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Now, we will have Harshita and Akhil talking about our CAS project with Tail Alert.
Sorry. On Saturday, the 7th of December, a team of IB1 students hosted 4 game stalls at a charity fundraiser event called Santa Paws. It was Christmas themed, and the organization that hosts this is known as Tail Alert. They host this event annually, and it is aimed to raise money for animal welfare targeted towards dogs and cats. This year, the event was held at Kingsley Ground, and the event lasted from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and had a variety of interesting and engaging stalls, like the game stalls that were hosted by Casey, the photo booth, and a karaoke stall.
Yeah, so we went in 2 different batches. One was the morning batch and the other was the evening batch. It was really interesting and it was really fun standing together for a cause, engaging with the community, and we put a lot of effort into these stalls. We made a lot of bracelets and bookmarks as prizes for the game stalls and the events that we conducted, and we met a lot of dogs that were up for adoption. We got to play with them a little, we got to interact with their owners and stuff. It was really interesting. We also, a couple of us sang at the karaoke in front of a small crowd, and overall it was a really fun experience. We raised over 16,000 rupees in raffle tickets and through our game stalls, and yeah, it was amazing. Thank you.
Finally, we request you to rise for the national anthem.
like to thank the teachers, students, and other facilitators of this event.
For the arrangements today, we would like to thank Sam Anna, Shrikant Anna, Jagan Anna, Madhi Anna, and the entire facilities team here at KC.
For the recording of today's assembly, we would like to thank Selvan Anna.
For the editing of today's recording and uploading it on our school website, we would like to thank Swayam Auntie.
For the music today, we would like to thank Paul Sir and Jonathan Sir.
For playing the instruments, we would like to thank Harshita and Akhil for keyboard, Maitreyi for flute, and Riya for guitar.
We hope you enjoyed this assembly. Thank you.